Sorry about that, everybody. I hit the wrong button, but how's it going? Welcome to Tabletop Bob. My name is Bob, and I'll be your dungeon master for tonight's game of Vecna, Eve of Ruin. No more introductions for us. That was a sloppy one there. I apologize. But again, we're here to play Vecna, and we're back with Dasha, Mike, Tim, Andrew, and John. And we're here in Avernus for this chapter of Vecna Eve of Ruin. If you haven't watched episode 1, go back and check that out as well. If you're here for the first time, welcome. But I don't know what you're doing on chapter 8 of Vecna Eve of Ruin. Go back and watch some more. But we are in a casino in hell. And so I was thinking about this throughout the week as planning for this session. I was thinking of my first experience going to a casino, which I don't know. I feel like if you've been to a casino, the first time is very memorable. Usually some good stories out of it. So I wanted to talk today a little about your first time at a casino. Now, Dasha, for you, that is a place where people gamble for money. I'm not sure if you're aware. It's are you familiar with the concept?
I've heard of them vaguely, but thank you for enlightening me, Bob. I truly do need to learn more about these things.
Well, we'll go through our experiences at casinos, and I'll start with mine, and then we'll get into the game. But when I was 21, friends of mine decided to go to Atlantic City. We're on the East Coast, New York, so that's the place to be. That's the Vegas of the East Coast. Boy, were we wrong. But anyway, we went, and we were 21, and I tell you, I think they must know this, right? They know when someone is brand new at a casino. I signed up, I got the card that they want you to, get extra reward points on and things like that. And I started playing. Literally within 30 minutes, I won $750 on a slot machine. I spent $20 in total and I won $750. And I said, this is great. Like, why don't we go here more? And luckily, I was kind of aware. I was like, let me just tuck away some of this money. So I took $500 of what I won and put that away. So I'm not spending this. And then I spent the rest of the $250, lost it very quickly. And I stayed at plus 500. So I'm very happy about this. But, I feel like they must know that you're new when you sign up for these cards or whatever it is. They sucker you in with a win. And then for the rest of your life, they must hammer it home and make sure that they win big. Luckily, I have not really lost at casinos. I kind of not a big casino guy. I don't know if anybody could tell, but every time I've gone, I try to be very modest. If I lose like $200 or $300, I'm out, I'm done. That's my whole weekend's expenses on it. What about you guys? First time at a casino?
Oh, jeez, man. I've been going to casinos since I was a baby. My dad loves to gamble. Doesn't do it much
Really?
now in his old age, but yeah, from the time I was 18 to about 24, we would go to Vegas every summer because my dad would gamble in Atlantic City enough that he'd rack up all these points and use it to get free rooms out in the sister casinos in Vegas.
Damn. What was his game? And what do you play?
I don't really gamble. I just liked going and eating food,
Mm.
or sitting by the pool with a drink. When I do gamble, I mean, I don't gamble much. The few games I've played, I like poker. That's what he played. He was a hold'em guy. Or other table card games you would play. I don't really know the name of all of them. He'd play some Asian one. I can't remember the name of it. Pai
Yeah.
Gow, maybe something like that.
I'm not sure. But poker is the one that's like a good one because it's like you kind of have control of it, right? You're not like it's not just you and you're up against a machine or the dealer. It's like you got other people in play.
Yeah, it's not. There's more skill involved than some other
Yeah.
gambling games.
Yeah. Interesting. So
But yeah,
you've been
I've
to
been
casinos
going.
a lot.
Yeah, a lot of different casinos in a lot of different states throughout much of my life.
Interesting. Now we know why Boppy's so well versed. Look at this. All right. What about you, Tim? Casino guy?
I think I wouldn't. Not really. Like not in general. It's not on my bucket list of things to do when I have free time or free money, which is rare. I'm
Mm.
similar to you. My first time I went in, and it was like a friend's birthday, and I did really well for myself, and I won like my first two hands. And I was like, all right, I'm done. I bought myself a nice dinner, and then I hung out with them, and they kept giving me drinks because I was at the table, and that was the extent of my casino. Now my only gambling is the stock market, which is just a casino for rich people.
True. Yeah. Good on you though to you got up quick and then like I said, just get out.
I've got,
Just get out.
as you can tell by the number of D&D streams I'm in, I've got like an addictive personality, and I was like, I need one less thing in my life, and like if it was gambling, I wouldn't have like a laptop or a bedroom right now. So
We wouldn't be able to play with you if
yeah,
you
literally, I would,
you'd be in a
I
casino.
just know myself, and that would be a slippery slope I'm not trying to get stuck on.
Interesting. Andrew, what about you?
The first experience.
Yeah. And where
So I
was
was-
it? Was it in the US?
Yeah, well, I've never been to a casino in anywhere but the US actually.
Really?
So I was dating my now wife, and we were in Jersey at the time, and we drove down to Atlantic City,
Mhm.
and it was raining, and we got there, and it was like a hellishly stormish night, and we're in one casino, and I like to play the card games. I like to play blackjack. I
Mm.
also play spin the wheel roulette, but I always lose at that like every single time. Like I once bet on red 9 times in a row, and it was black 9 times in a row, and I was very upset. But
What are the odds?
yes, so
I'm
my
so
memory
proud
the
of you.
first time is running out of one casino to go along the boardwalk to the next casino. Running out, the door slams shut like so loud, and I catch a breeze, and it just knocks me like right on my butt, like backwards, like
What?
10 meters. Very very painful. A complete fall in front of my date, which is now my wife. So that's what I
Wait,
remember about that. But it was
Hold
fun.
on. The door slammed shut so quickly that the door hit you?
It was like a combination of the door just slamming, and then the wet boardwalk and all the wind and running.
You let the door hit you on the way out. Come on.
Pretty much. The door kind of hit me, spun me around. I hit the wind, and then fell like flat on my butt.
Do you tell your wife that was the day you fell for her?
That would be pretty smooth, but no.
Oh, now you
But
got a new line.
I never win at casinos.
I love Atlantic City. It's such a like dreary, dark place.
Yeah.
It's like I play in a World of Darkness game for any of you vampire fans, and it's like the perfect place
Oh.
for the Sabbat.
Really? Yeah, Atlantic
Yeah.
City's very different than Las Vegas. I mean, I've been to Las
Yes.
Vegas a few times for gaming like I went to the Las Vegas Open twice, one for X-Wing and one for Warhammer, and very different, like night and day.
Las Vegas is nice.
Yeah,
Like,
it is.
Atlantic City, it's got worse. It used to be better. When I went there like in 2005, it was all right.
Every decade is different in Vegas. It goes up and down.
Back in the 20s, it was fantastic.
Well, Atlantic
Back in-
City was rolling in the 20s.
Pre-COVID 2020, yeah, it was great. I was there in
Yeah.
19. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, Atlantic
Top-notch
City would
gambling
be
experience.
Atlantic City would be a great place for a Call of Cthulhu game in the 1920s.
I'm ready.
Oh.
Is there an Atlantic City or is it Havana?
There's
that point.
There's both. There's oh, you mean
Like
Wait.
Atlantic City, I didn't think was all that big until
well, there's like the Boardwalk Empire.
Yeah, Boardwalk
era.
Empire
True.
and Steve
Yeah.
Buscemi thing is all the
Yeah.
1920s, right?
So I'm sure
Yeah.
it was big enough at that point. Yeah, I'm not a historical buff on casinos, but pretty sure that was the Boardwalk at the time. We'll jump back into that. That's another conversation. I think a Call of Cthulhu game there. But John, what about you? I feel like it's got to be a good story.
Yeah, so I've been in like little casinos, like on a cruise ship or whatever, when I was 18. But the first time I got to go to a real casino was 21, and in my family, it's a rite of passage. Very stereotypical old school Italians. The day after Thanksgiving, all of the women stay home and bake Christmas cookies, and all the men go to the casino. So as a child growing up, all the dads would go by. My older cousins, one by one, would all leave, and I'd be, helping make Christmas cookies. So the year I turned 21, it's a whole big to do. Growing up in Connecticut, you can drink while you're on the car ride up there. And we got up there, and I was definitely, my older cousins took advantage of me, got nice and drunk. But like you, Bob, I sat down at a craps table. The whole way up, I was practicing. I learned all the rules, and I played craps, and I went up. God, it felt like I went up like $2,500, like real quick. And then I kept putting it back. And then I kept putting it back.
Mm-hmm.
And then I kept putting it back. And I was at the craps table for a long time, so I did win. I remember there was a time I had $1,300 in chips on the thing, and I was like, okay, so when I get to 1,000, I'm gonna leave. And I don't think I walked out of there with $700, so I don't know what happened, but I didn't listen to myself. And it might have been my cousins making me drink too many beers in the car, but
That's
Yeah.
the problem. You gotta be focused, laser focused to win. And even then you lose.
I
Well,
crapped out.
Mhm.
It's if you just go and win, it's so boring. That happened to me a couple of times. You go and you win like a lot of money, and you're like, well, what am I
Yeah.
going to do now?
I hate
I'm not
it.
going to sit here and watch people gamble for 4 hours.
Well,
I
what
hate
I've
winning
learned
so
now
much
that
money.
sports gambling is amazing. I was at Mohegan Sun, by the way, for any of you East Coasters. The sports books are outstanding. I will just go to the sports book and play the little okay, pro tip for a casino. Go to a sports book, play at the bar. They usually have like a little blackjack game. And if
Hold
you
on,
just sit there,
let me write this down. Go
there you go.
sports book. Got it. Go ahead.
Sports book, play the little like electronic blackjack at the
Mhm.
bar. And as
Oh,
long as you
electronic.
hit the button every once in a while, forget the money, it doesn't matter. It's $1. You get free drinks. So you're drinking
Okay.
for free while watching sports and occasionally like hitting a button on a blackjack. Oh, hit. Okay.
Yeah, you
Oh,
do that
John-
anyway at the casino. I used to sit at the slots and like barely play and get drinks.
Yeah. You figured it out, John. I like it. All right, Dasha,
Good
what about
tip.
you? What do we got for you?
So believe it or not, I have actually been to a casino, but my first time gambling was
Gasp.
not in a casino. It was summer of 2020, just to set the scene for you. So like peak COVID,
Okay.
everyone's freaking out. And my dad and I are driving in my little car across the country from Cincinnati to Berkeley to take me to grad school. Not a great time to be doing a road trip across the country with all of my possessions and staying in random hotels. But anyway, we stayed one night in a hotel like on the Utah-Nevada border. And I think the next morning, as we crossed the border, we needed to stop at a gas station for some gas and coffee. And I realized that all the gas stations, like as soon as you cross that border, have like slot machines and electronic craps and the spinny thingies. And I was not interested at all. But my dad was like, come on, like you gotta, like it's your first, you gotta try it. And I was like, this is stupid, it's such a waste of money. Rather go spend it on like something nice. I'd rather get myself the nice coffee I want. And he was like, it's fine, here's $5. Lost it all immediately on a slot machine. Was like, I never want to do this again. But last year, I visited a really good friend of mine in Vegas. He moved out there about a year ago now, and I went to see him and hang out with some of his buddies out there. And they like to go to casinos. So he basically was like, come by, we'll teach you how to play craps. It'll be fun, it'll be chill. Like, you don't have to gamble a lot of money. I went, I signed up for the little membership or card thingy at the casino, and they gave me like $40 of free chips, basically. And I think I played really well in the beginning on the electronic craps machines, then lost some, they gained some back. But I ended up right back at that $40 that I was originally given for free. So I just bought food with it. And that was the highlight of my evening, was the free food and the free one drink that they gave me for stay, because we were staying at the hotel that was in the casino. So
Nice.
and this was, I forget the name of the casino, but it's the one in Vegas that has the giant like aquarium that has like a live mermaid, like a performer, swim around in it every hour. And there's a giant Bass Pro Shop attached to it. So actually, I think the highlight of my evening was, or the next day was browsing the enormous Bass Pro Shop there.
I'm seeing the Silverton Casino.
It is the Silverton. Yeah, it's a good time.
Interesting. That's the first thing. Silverton is mermaids everywhere.
Yep. Yeah.
I like how before this we went on, you're like, we're gonna make this quick. We get right into it. Spend like 20 minutes talking about casinos right now.
This is how
Gotta
casinos
get in the-
operate. They draw you in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you know what? The thing is, this is going to help us all immensely because we're about to be some degenerate gamblers. So you ready to do this?
No.
Mhm.
Here we go. We're diving in to Vecna. Last time we played, we went to the casino, and I'm showing the Roll20 screen here because we have a lot to kind of unveil here. The casino lobby, which is where you first walked in, you saw that there were the harshness and the deserts of Avernus that you all have been to for quite some time change. It's almost like an oasis here with lavish palatial estate, this massive casino that's just kind of like there on the plains. And there's devils everywhere, creatures from other planes, especially wealthy and powerful individuals, come here to gamble away their money and take part in the prestige of being part of the Dragons. I forget what they call it. The Dragons Pride. That's actually what they call it. Dragons Pride, the VIP section. If you can get the notice of the pitmasters, of course. The tiefling proprietor named Windfall is Hex's rival here in Avernus. For some reason, Asmodeus has granted her some sort of like this is her domain. And it's annoying because Hex is pretty much the ruler elsewhere. So it's a little thorn in your side. And you come here often with Colgath, your general right hand, to make sure you keep tabs here. When Eroviel approached you, saying that not only does she want to find her soul, but also there's something very important, an artifact that she needs that Mordenkainen has tasked her to get, you have to go here. And you know the only place that this would be is in the vault near in Dragon's Pride, the VIP section. So you're trying to get close to that when you find the craps, or not the craps table, the Dragon Ante table, Drake's Ante, Drake's something. The game of the doesn't really matter the name. The card game that Boppy is the dealer of. Boppy and Lemon, of course, from the Wild Beyond the Witchlight saga, is your casino dealer. And one of the other degenerate gamblers was a devil named Everard, who is not very nice and very stoic and angry at the Dragonborn who was gambling against him. He lost all his money in the game. Hex won. Hex and Everard put a lot of money in. Everard won the pot.
Yeah, Everard won.
Everard won, yes. The Dragonborn decided to start a fight against the rules. The pit boss, the pit fiend, came in to swoop in and try to kill whoever was starting this fight. Took most of it out on Colgath. How much damage was it, John? 109?
I think 109, yeah.
He took 109 damage to him before the Dragonborn was killed anyway. And then now, of course, you've been tasked, or challenged, actually. Windfall is not happy that you're here, Hex, causing trouble. You've been telepathically communicating with Boppy. They feel like there's some foul play here. You decided to come here and just be a thorn in her side for a change. So now Boppy's life is in your hands. If you can gain access to the Dragon's Pride, then she will allow you to keep Boppy and keep him alive. You signed a pact on some poor guy's back. That was fun. And now the group is trying to get 4 more scales, these little patches that you can use to get into the VIP section. You're headed to the Alabaster racetrack. That's where we are now, so I'm going to keep it here. A lot of this is Theater of the Mind. This is really like the big map, so to speak, that kind of shows you the layout. So we'll keep this up for most of the time and for our rolls, but otherwise we'll be in this view. Sounds good?
Heck yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it, and let's set the music going on here. Where's the music? Come on. Here it is. Perfect. All right, so we are picking right back up the racetrack. Sleek with white pillars surround what looks like a racetrack. The stands bustle with all these patrons eager to bet on the impending races. There are mostly devils here, but other people who are not. I mentioned this at the end of the last session. A half-elf was looking at you, and from a distance, it's hard to tell exactly some of his more distinct features, but you can see the slightly pointed ears and his facial structure. You can see he's a half-elf, and he's looking right at you all as you enter. And the loud noises of the stands rise up as cheers come out. You can see that there are people heading to the so I want to call it the, what do they call it here? The overlook. Yes, like the box seats. There are some people filing into the box seats. Now this is on the opposite end of the track, but kind of center up from the far end of the track, you can see people who have maybe nobility, people who are higher ranked devils. They're entering in, and when they do, you can hear cheers go on. There's one more race that's about to go off, and actually it's just about starting. You can see people putting in their bets. There's the prime time race, which is like the fastest horses. They're going to race in about a half an hour, but for right now, this is the final like standard race, and people are getting their last bets in. Down close to the track, you can see devils who are kind of like bookies. They're taking numbers and talons from the people, the chips, the talons from people, and they're writing down their bets. And I imagine that they look much like a 1920s Boardwalk Empire style bookie. You know, little visor on, got the parchment that's maybe made out of human skin, and they're using their quills, dragging into the skin and getting all their bets recorded. What do you guys do? What do you do as you come into the arena?
I immediately look to what race is going to start and see if I've got time to get a bet on.
There's room. Yeah, there's time. You want to run down to the bookie?
What is racing?
There are 6 nightmares. They are horses that are all black. You can see them. They're being loaded into the gates, getting ready to take off on their race. There's still some time, but they're getting loaded in. And they each have a jockey on them. And the jockeys are various devilish people. One's an imp. You might see like a barb devil that kind of has to have a special saddle so that that it doesn't hurt the horse and things like that. But they're all getting into positions. They didn't start yet.
And how do you distinguish between them? Do they have names?
Oh, they do, but you can't tell from here. What do you want to do? Do you want to go down to run to the bookie?
I'll ask. What should we put some money on?
Yeah, why not? Go ahead,
Can I
sorry.
listen in and see if there's any like whispers in the crowd about like who is favored to win?
Yes, you could. How would you want to do that? Would you want to like kind of just like go through the crowd, meander through, sit down, and try to hear conversations, or do you want to target a specific group of people or look for a certain group of people?
The first option, just kind of seeing what I hear, what people are saying.
All right, give me a perception check as you wander through the crowd. And, I imagine it, the way it looks even on the track here, it's like bench seats, almost like like a high school football stadium, just bench seats all around. And there's just packed with people or creatures, really. If you want to do that, you can.
That's a 12 perception.
Okay, great. Okay, let's see. You're looking for like insider information, right? If anybody knows anything.
Exactly. Yeah, like who's favored to win? Who's the popular bet?
You'll see a fine-looking devil. He's we'll say he's a. I don't want to put you against chain devils. Every time I think of chain devil, you're thinking probably Max. But you see a chain devil, though not as many chains. In fact, he's wearing a sleek, sharp suit, but in this case, he's kind of ditched his traditional iron chains for like pocket chains and gold and silver and all these different fancier chains all over his suit. And he's talking to some other, poor wretch, this almost like a lemure looking devil, and he's telling him, you want to go with the Felmare Flush? That's what you want. Blister Wisp is another one. Trust me, one of those 2 horses, they're going to go far.
Can I tell if he's bluffing right now to make this person bet badly? Does he
Give me
seem
an
sincere?
Give me an insight check.
That's a 25.
Totally. I mean, this a lemure, if you haven't ever seen one before, they look like almost like a person who is kind of melted. Like they are the first level of a devil when you go to Avernus. They're basically, their whole life is miserable existence, and this person's starting to like deform. Maybe like, they're a lemure, but they are clearly working for a devil. And the way it would work is as they work and do more for that devil above them, they start to mold themselves and change. So this one's trying to advance himself in rank, but clearly still a horror to behold. And he looks like he's just desperate for a win, and you can tell by the tone, by the smile. There's no chance that the Felmare Flush or Blister Whip, they're duds, total duds.
Okay, I'll
Process
come
of
back.
elimination.
Yeah, I'll come back and let the group know what I found.
Yeah,
yeah. Don't bet on those.
great.
Ever.
And
I'm looking for anyone selling the pink sheet. I'll take a blue sheet if I got it, but I'm looking for the pink sheet. Anyone?
yeah, you can go
Nope.
down. Yeah,
Anyone know horse racing enough for that one?
I don't, but the bookie, the person who's got, is that like all the races for the whole day?
There is that, but there's also basically someone who usually is like, these are my winners, and they're like sell you their advice.
Oh,
The pink one's my lucky one. I do, yeah. Horse races more so than gambling at casinos,
gotcha. Okay.
like a
Bob,
newspaper essentially.
Mhm.
would Boppy as an employee know anything worth knowing about this particular
Hmm.
area or what's going on?
Sure. What do you think? Give me a wisdom or an insight check, whatever you think, whatever appropriate skill would be here. If you can recall information, or based on maybe your, maybe even based on charisma. I'm not sure how.
It ain't gonna be charisma, that's for sure.
Okay. Maybe wisdom.
I mean, it's a bad bet no matter what. You said what are my options? Insight and what?
I'd say insight, or if you maybe I'm thinking more of like something you can recall, piece of information recall. So I'd say maybe like either intelligence, straight intelligence, or if we can't think of something, or just maybe even a history check.
All right, history is the same as intelligence. That's the best I'm gonna be able to manage.
Perfect.
That shouldn't be with disadvantage. So that's a 17.
A 17. Okay, gotcha. 17's good. You know the jockey of one of the racers. Yeah.
Okay.
The Blaze Beetle.
Blaze Beetle.
Mm-hmm. The Blaze Beetle.
All right, Blaze Beetle. Okay. Yeah, I'll mention that. Hey,
And
boss, I know a
he's
guy
good.
who works around here. It might be worth talking to. But what are we even supposed to be doing here? What is the point of this?
We've got to win a favor from the pit bosses, which means in this case, I assume winning races or winning enough races that we draw their interest.
All right. Well, when you guys are done with your fun over here, if we want to check the guy I know out, might be useful. May not. I have no idea. It's worth looking, I think.
I
You've
want
got
to
the
see.
ins- Good.
Is there a form guide? Don't
That's
know.
what I think John was
Race.
asking for before.
No, there's nothing like that.
There isn't really, but if you want to talk to the bookies, they will tell you like
Well-
who's running and what the odds are, things like that.
What if I just use like because I'm here a lot. Maybe I know some of the people or something. Some of the runners I have some familiarity.
Sure, give me a history check as well then.
Yeah. History is intelligence, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I just roll it.
Hex, horses are not your thing.
Oh, it went a million times.
Usually I just go
18.
to Boppy is my thing.
So the horses, as they're being announced, are the Blaze Beetle, the Felmore Flush, the Pit Boss Prancer, Soul Maker, Blister Wisp, and Jackpot Jaunter. Those are the horses that are lining up right now. That you've been here before. These horses they're horrible. They're slow. All of them are slow. But
Oh,
you know that the jockey on Soul Marker, he doesn't play fair.
Well, that's our guy then. I don't want a fair race.
I want to bet on Soul Marker.
Okay. So you go down to Soul Marker. You
Yep.
go down to one of the bookies, and he looks at you and he goes, Everard, I recognize you. You here to throw away all your talons?
Yeah. Same old story, I'm afraid. Going for Soul Marker.
Ah, that's a good one. How many talons you putting down?
250.
That's it?
Why? You know something?
You can see all the people, he's like clamoring. They have talons in their hand. They're like trying to give it to him. And he steps aside to talk to you. And he says, I might. How much else you got?
I've been lucky today.
What else you got?
I go over 1,000.
Hey, you didn't walk in with the boss, did you? He looks up towards Hex, who's standing in the crowd still.
Well, do you need a favor from him? I could get you one.
Yeah, I'm a little behind on my deals this month, you know what I mean?
I could definitely be arranged if you can give me some information.
You know him that well, huh?
Yeah, look, we're hanging out.
Give me a deception check.
Deception?
Or persuasion.
resent
Or
that.
persuasion. Or persuasion. If you don't think you're lying.
If I notice him talking, I will incline my head so it's more persuasion than deception.
Hey.
17.
17. He's
Mhm.
taken by you. He's like, oh man. He's like, how'd you get in with the big guy?
Well, never. We don't have time now. The race is about to start. So what do you think?
He says, if you ask me, it's Soul Marker all the way.
Okay, here you go. Here's 850 on Soul Marker.
Good choice. He takes your money, puts it away,
And
writes
I'll
it
put
down
in
on the, yeah, writes
and
it
what-
down on the flesh.
What's your name again? I'll put in a good word. Remind me of your name.
Of course, he's got a name. We're gonna go with Chauncey.
Chauncey. Ah, yes, Chauncey. I remember you.
Yeah, he's a
Chauncey by name. Chauncey
You
by
just name
name.
him after Oscar's robot. Oh no, that's
no,
Charles.
that's Charles. That's Charles.
Charles.
That's
Charles.
Chauncey's another robot from a different game I ran years ago. That's why I'm.
Really?
Big on the CH names.
The Charles and Chauncey.
I tried.
Yeah.
They're all robot butlers, so I'm going with the.
I'm good.
Charles is his cousin. Charles is his cousin. He's got like I said, this guy is like red skinned. He's a devil. He's got classic slick black hair, the green visor. I mean, he's the quintessential bookie. And Chauncey gives you the insider information, lets you go in there. So you want to go back now that you've got your bed in?
No, I want to signal to Hex to come over. Hex,
Oh.
Hex,
I will I'll meander over that way.
Hex. This is my friend Chauncey. He says
Pleasure
we
to
should
meet
put some money on Soulmaker.
Was that
He's
so?
like, hey, easy now. You didn't hear that from me.
Well, yes. We should definitely put some money on Soulmaker.
All right. I'll put down another 500.
Chauncey bet his life on it.
Oh, did he now?
Yeah.
He looks at you. He's like,
Sorry.
no.
Well, certainly hope Chauncey's life is worth more than my bet.
Oh, listen, your lord, your worship. No. I just said, Soul Marker looks good today. That's all. I mean, it's all a cast of the die. You know what I mean? Literally.
I will clap him firmly on the shoulder and say, "Of course it is," and we love chance here.
He
I'm
looks
sure it'll
over
pay
and
off for us.
He looks right at the camera at all of the viewers and says, "It's all a roll of the die, isn't it?" All right. Well, let's roll some die. Right?
Did you put any money on?
Yeah,
I wanna-
500 down.
I want to place a bet too. I want to do an exacta box. So you bet two things. I want to do Soul Marker and Pit Boss. So it costs more money, but every order that they come in first and second, you win more money.
You're making this far too complex.
It's how you make money. You don't just pick one horse.
You're gonna need to take Bob to horse racing for him to understand this.
Oh my god!
Here we go. We're gonna play Tabletop Bob from Saratoga this year.
I would love to go to Saratoga with you guys. It is so much fun.
Tabletop off field trip.
Yeah, we'll take a field trip. All right. So we've got some data. We've made our bets. The last, this is before the premier race. These are the horses that they run a lot here, and they are about to take off. All the bets are in, and everybody's watching from the stands, waiting. Here's what we're gonna do. I've already got the statistics here. The odds are that Soul Marker is going to win. Right, it's the favorite because of the jockey who is he fights a little dirty here. So. We'll have you roll. I'll have the ruler of Avernus roll. That'll be Hex. Boy. You're going to roll a d20. It's a random d20. Don't roll it yet.
Yep.
On a 14 to 20, Soul Marker is going to win. So he's got the best odds. On a 1, Blaze Beetle wins. 2 to 3, Felmore Flush wins. 4 to 7, Pit Boss Prancer wins. And Blister Wisp wins on 8 to 13. Jackpot Jaunter has no chance. As soon as the race starts, he falls and collapses to the ground, and the horse dies. So
These things happen.
That's how it's working. So you want for the biggest,
High,
pot,
high
you want
numbers, big
14
money.
to 20. Yeah. Go. Wait, before you roll, let me switch over to roll 20 screen.
Yeah, you just tell me
All
when
right.
I got it all queued up here.
You are good to go. Here we go.
All right,
On
here we
your
go.
marks.
D20.
Get
Come on,
set.
Come on.
Go.
Come on. Come on.
Hey,
gates
that's
are
good
open.
for me. Let's go.
The gates are open. Felmore Flush takes a quick lead. Oh, Jackpot Jaunter's down. He's down for the count. It's Soul Marker and Blister Whip. Soul Marker and Blister Whip. Soul Marker takes out Blister Whip's hooves. Oh, he's down. He's down. Oh, no. What's this? Pit Boss Prancer from out of nowhere around the bend makes an incredible comeback. Don't forget to collect your winnings at your local bookie.
Let's go.
So,
And I got first and second. That's some good odds.
so who'd you put your money on, Colgath?
I did Soul Marker and Pit Boss.
Pit Boss. So Pit Boss wins. So you
Yep.
get that money. You get double that money, and you get. Did you bet how much on Soul Marker?
I was gonna. Well, so I don't know how complicated we're getting, but I bet both horses to come in first and second.
Oh, okay. You
so
win.
it goes up
I'll let you
exponentially.
You win.
It's a lot of money.
You get as much fake money as you want. Go ahead.
Exactly, right? I'm like, it's like, how many soul coins do you need? I don't know. I'm the one carrying Hex's bag of soul coins, right?
Yes.
This is my master of
100%.
purse and my general.
So you did win big here, and so even though Everard lost big, it's okay. Everard's not in the retinue of the Lord of Avernus. So Colgath, with you winning, draws a little bit of attention. People are watching you collect your money from the bookies. The talons are just pouring into your bag, and it's impressive. People are looking at you and marveling. And Boppy, you see it again. This while they're collecting their winnings, maybe Roviel sees it as well because the two of you are kind of like not gambling. So the two of you look, and you can see that half elf. You notice he's got one eye is what's the word?
Bigger.
Lazy. He's got one lazy eye, and it's just like he's looking directly. Well, one's looking that way, but the other's looking directly at you, and he's just staring at the group. He's got craze like his hair is all frayed and blonde and matted. And he looks like he's just got this crazed look in his eyes. He's staring at Colgath collecting his winnings.
Can I, seeing that, blend into the crowd a little bit and try to kind of come around from behind the guy?
Sure. And Boppy, what did you want to do?
I was going to talk to her, but if she sneaks away, then never mind.
Well, you could talk first. Yeah.
No, I was going to say, is he looking at me or is he looking at you or is he looking at that guy over there? I can't tell.
Whoever he's looking at, it's not good news. I'll be right back.
Okay. Give me a stealth check. I'll give you advantage because there's so many people around.
I also have the feature Vanish. I can use the hide action as a bonus action on my turn. I don't know if that helps me at all, but
If we were in combat, yeah, but if for now there's not like a time factor, so it's fine.
gotcha. Sorry, which check did you want me to roll?
Stealth.
Stealth. Perfect. Nat 20.
Oh my god.
25.
You are right in front of him, or right behind him. Excuse me. Jeez. You're right in front of him.
If I could get right behind him, like I slowly blend into the crowd while he's like staring the group down, I'll make my way behind him and I'll stand like uncomfortably close, real close to him, and tap him on the shoulder.
Ah! Oh, you startled me. What are you doing?
I could ask the same question. What do you want with that group over there?
They won big. Did you see that? They're big spenders. They got a lot of talons.
That they do. But why does that concern you?
Why does it concern me? Well,
Mm-hmm.
we all want to be winners, don't we?
Yes. I
The
suppose
name's
that's why you're here,
Silas. The
gambling
name's
away your
Silus. He puts his hand out to shake.
Silas.
Silas.
She'll shake his hand.
You shake, and you can see he looks disheveled, like his cloak is covering his clothing, but it's ratty, tattered. He's not
Mhm.
he's not wealthy whatsoever. Um, he's also like his hand kind of shakes a bit. He's clearly got he's a little off, and he's like, "Listen, I saw you before. Are you friends with them, the big spenders?"
I don't know about friends, but acquaintances.
Well, you must know them well enough because you don't travel with that crew. They got lots of money.
Arovia will like. They're still shaking hands, and I can imagine she'll like grasp his hand and like pull him closer, kind of like abruptly, and go. I ask you again, Silus. What do you want with them?
I want to win big. I need somebody with a big enough purse to help me. What do you think? You got money?
Me? No.
Well, you want to make money?
That's not my purpose here. But I can see that you do.
He's like, well, I got a surefire way that they could win the jackpot on the next one. The premier race is in 30 minutes.
Well, tell me more.
He says, get me a meeting with that one. And he's looking at Colgath, who's collecting all the money.
Mm-hmm. Does this guy seem legit, or is he crazy? Or how? I know he's crazy. To what extent? To what extent is he crazy?
Give me an insight check.
Okay. I want to see if he's lying or just wacky. That's an 11.
He does seem to have like a confidence, even though he's certainly looks like he's a degenerate gambler. He's certainly got a confidence that even if all your instincts tell you not to trust him,
Mhm.
he seems confident.
So Aroviel is a half elf. How normal would it be for another half elf to be down here? I assume it's mostly devils and such.
It is. Yeah. I would say you don't see other half elves, but there are some humanoid creatures. There's a lot of tieflings. There certainly are some humans, but it's like, it's rare, very rare. These are people that are, mostly powerful enough to be able to come here of their own accord instead of just by dying.
I will. Okay, I'll look at Silas and say, I will speak to my associates and see if I can't get you that meeting. But first, I want you to tell me something.
Anything.
What brings you here, and where did you come from?
He says, a long time ago, I came here. Long time ago. Trying to make a name for myself. The deserts. They tainted me. Found my way here to the casino. Like an oasis. My only reprieve. Every time I get a chance, just a couple of soul coins. Gotta spend them. I gotta make my fortune. Gotta get out of here.
And where do you want to go?
Anywhere. If I have enough money, I'll go back home to Waterdeep.
Waterdeep. How long ago did you leave Waterdeep?
Time works a little differently down here, doesn't it? I'm not quite sure. Are my hairs gray yet?
Are they?
No.
No, you look young still.
You flatter me. Quick. We don't have much time. 30 minutes is all we have.
Stay right here. I'll be back. As she walks back to the group to give them this information, Roviel she's been working as a bounty hunter for a long time. Would she have heard through her contact network of any missing half-elf named Silus from Waterdeep?
No, it's
by any chance?
Like a needle in a haystack.
Okay. Figured I'd try. She'll make her way over. Who's like unoccupied right now from the group? Who's not busy?
Boppy is the one that's
Boppy.
unoccupied. Yeah.
Okay. she'll nudge him and whisper, "That one over there wants to talk with us. Seems he wants to earn some money, but I don't know if he's in his right mind. But he says he can tell us a way to win. Have you seen him around here before?"
I don't know, Bob. Have I?
You have not. No.
This isn't actually where I work. I'm back in the card dealing room. This is I wouldn't know that guy from anyone else, and he doesn't come into my neighborhood.
I see. I'll grab Hex as well if I can get his attention.
Wait, which guy? Point him out to me. Lemon zips in to the conversation. Where is this hunk?
Arovia will like roll her eyes, but then like nod over in the guy's direction.
Ooh, that one? And she points to like this massive ice devil in the distance.
No, Lemon, not that one.
The one with the antennas?
That's a bug, man. What's wrong with you?
This is an interesting companion you have here, Boppy.
He's got strong mandibles.
Yeah, all the better to bisect you with, man. Ugh.
Quite an interesting taste she's got. But no, that's not the one, Lemon. The one to his left.
Which one? Oh,
The half-elf.
that ratty old looking half elf?
Exactly.
Yeah. He's not my type.
Have you seen him around?
No. Mm-mm.
I see.
Why? Is he important?
Possibly. He seems to have some information, but I don't know whether or not we can trust that information.
Oh well. I'm gonna go get a drink. You want anything?
I'm good.
She
Thank you.
zips. I was talking to
Right.
Boppy, but zoop,
Ugh.
zips away.
I don't got the stomach for it right now. I mean, it can't hurt. I still want to talk to my jockey friend, but what's another conversation going to cost us?
You could chat with the whole group now. The Kolgath earned his talents, and now everybody's. Some people are filing out. Some people are going to the bath. Well, I don't know if you even have bathrooms in this casino, but people are filing out. They're taking a small break from the action, and they'll be back very soon. It's kind of like a downtime in the track before the last race.
Do I see the pit boss anywhere?
You don't. You look up into the area of the box seats, and there are some people there, but I mean, I don't think you would even know the pit master. There are people in the box though, but you can't tell which one it is. All right, so the two of you can join the group, and you may discuss. What's your next step?
I'd like to tell Hex and Kolgath, and I guess Everard if he's there, about the half-elf and his proposition.
What is he looking for in return?
Seems he's looking for money. Wants to win big, just like you did, Kolgath. He might not have the capital to do so, but he wants to use yours to make the big win, and he seems a little off. Don't know what it is.
What's to think he's got any idea who's going to win?
He thinks he knows who's going to win what's the name of the next race coming up? The Prime?
Premier?
It's
Premier?
the premier race. Yeah.
The Premier. He seems to know who's going to win the Premier races.
You can see. I'd imagine maybe written in some sort of infernal runes on some big huge board. There's like a equivalence of a jumbotron, an infernal version. Maybe it's like an etch-a-sketch of blood or something like that. And you can see the names of the next set, and these are Boppy would know, even Everard would know. These are the best horses in the game right now, and they do have names too. I will tell you them. There is. Here it is. Far Gambit, Blinks, Chicanery, First Cavalry, Sunshroud, and Retribution.
I like the sound of that last one.
I do too. I like the cut of that jib.
So,
What was after Blinks?
after Blinks, Cursed
Mhm.
Cavalry, Chicanery, Sun Shroud, and Retribution.
I'll look at Hex and ask, shall I bring him over to speak with you, or should I tell him to go away?
Bring him over. We can chat.
Irovia will
Hey.
look over at him and kind of like wave
Yeah,
him over.
You signal him, and his eyes go wide, one that way, and heads down the words towards the group. And he like kind of his posture is kind of like, you know, he's trying to make himself look smaller. And he walks over and he says, "Permission to approach."
What do you have for us?
He says, "It's best that we talk behind the stands."
Am I getting any like dicey feelings about him? Like he's trying to like mug us, or does it seem like legitimate? Like want to talk?
I don't think you ever fear getting mugged. So you're
Fair enough. You're right. Let's go chat. What's this guy gonna do to me? I got Colgath here, and I'm feeling pretty beefy. Let's go.
But
Let's
he's
go
definitely he's sketchy for sure. I mean, yeah, no doubt. All right,
As
so
we
you-
walk
you-
over there, I know Polgath was looking a little rough, right? In terms of health.
Yeah, I mean, I popped a healing potion, but I could still use. I'm still like around half HP.
Yeah, I'll grab your arm and I'll say, you always knew how to get into trouble, Colgath, didn't you? But she'll cast, with that touch, she'll cast a Cure Wounds. A 17. Not great, but
Oh,
could be worse.
it feels great last thing. Very much.
Don't get yourself into any more unnecessary fights.
Yeah,
And she'll walk on.
I thought I was protecting us, but I guess I should have known it was a setup.
It always is in these places.
I'm putting a poll up in the chat. Who is the favorite to win the race between some of the horses? So, chat, vote on this. Let us know what you think, who the favorite would be, and then we'll jump back into the game here. So the group starts to follow this half elf down below the stands, out of sight, and he has his hand reaching into his cloak. This might make Colgath especially jump to worry, but he reveals a potion. There's a red liquid inside, and he says, "This is our key," and he's holding it. It's shaking in his hand. He says, "The name's Silus, and all I need is a little coin, and we can all be rich. What do you say?"
What you got in that there bottle, Silas?
"This is liquid speed."
We're not running in the race, are
Isn't
we,
that
Paul?
supposed to be white usually?
He says,
I've done that before. It's white, I'm telling you.
he says, no. This, we're going to give it to one of the horses, and then we'll bet on it, and we'll win for sure.
How are you gonna get that down to a horse?
That's where you come in. Look at how powerful you all are. So strong. I just need someone to help me. You get us in. I'll put the speed into the horse's trough. And then we'll bet big. And I'll take a small portion, a tiny portion of the cut.
I can do it. I can do it, no problem.
Good.
This
Do we
seems
know if
like
that's
a-
actually what he's saying it is? Are we just about to, like, that could be anything. You could give that to the horse, they could just erupt into fire. Down here, that's probably a good thing. I don't know.
This sounds like a whole bit of chicanery, and we might get the retribution of someone. But hey, if we don't take a far gamut,
Oh
maybe we're not going to win at all. I couldn't figure out Sunshroud, but the rest of them worked out okay.
That was something.
Clever. Well, either way, if that's the case, if Everard is offering to do this, he says, "Perfect. Good. Now, what is the percentage of the cuts here? We all betting?"
Give it to me. Give me the liquid.
He'll hand it to you gladly. He says, "What are you thinking? 20%? 30% for my cut?"
if
What's
we
to
win,
stop us from liberating it from you right now and keeping 100% of our cut?
You wouldn't do that, right? You're honorable people.
Look around and say, of
I
course
rebel
we
left.
are. What
Oh,
kind of
man.
people do you think you would find in a place like this but honorable?
Dude, how'd you end up here?
He says, look, everyone knows that in the casino, you got to play fair, right? So they're going to be betting and playing fair. And we will have the secret. We'll know it. That's got to be worth something. This potion, this idea, it's got to be worth a cut, right?
I'm more interested in what we get from you if it doesn't work.
What do you mean if it doesn't work? Of course it'll work. Here. Any of you know magic? Here. Sniff it. Smell it.
does he have his soul left?
Are
Can I
you
tell?
asking?
Yeah, can Hex just tell?
Yeah,
No, I'm
okay.
kind of like just doing. I'm speaking in Dwarvish to Hex.
Oh, okay. Ooh, Dwarvish, you say, huh?
Hex, do you speak Dwarvish?
I speak all languages
That's what I
within
thought. Yeah.
120 feet.
He's pretty powerful, yeah. Okay. Let me see one thing. See if he speaks Dwarvish. Let's see. No, does not speak Dwarvish.
Hex and I
So-
realized not a lot of people in Avernus do that, so we've done this before. It's like our own Dwarvish, you know.
Yeah.
It's like it's
Pig
short-
Latin Dwarvish.
It's shorthand, if you will.
Let's see. Does he have a soul? Yes. Yes, he does.
What say you, Silus? That if you're right and this works, we'll give you 30% of the winnings. But if you're wrong, we just take your soul off your hands. Seems more than fair.
A fair deal. A fair deal. And I won't complain at all. I won't bring this up to Windfall or Hex or anybody outside of this racetrack.
I'm counting on it, and I want to shake his hand.
He'll shake yours.
All right, then it's agreed on.
Yeah,
Alright.
we are incognito, right?
Yeah, you're like behind the bleachers.
No, I mean like he doesn't know that Hex.
He
is
clearly
Hex.
doesn't know who I am, which is fantastic.
No. And remember, Hex is his form has changed.
Yeah.
You said you looked like what did you say you looked like again?
I look like someone called Shriek.
Shriek.
I'm a green ogre named Shrieg that speaks with a Scottish accent. I don't know what copyright we want to get in trouble with here.
Okay, so you're saying
Oh,
you look like Shrek.
Would you say you have layers?
Layers.
Oh man. Okay, so you when you chose your form, you're actually looking like a green-skinned ogre.
Absolutely, boss. Yeah.
Okay.
Donkey. Where are you, donkey?
Oh man.
Shroog's got layers.
Maybe that should be one of the horse's names. Donkey. Forget Blinks. Donkey is his name now.
No, I think that's what we're calling Boppy.
Oh, Boppy.
No.
No, sorry, Mike. All right.
That might be what Colgath calls him, but no. All right, so that's fair. So you don't look like Hex and you don't look like Colgath. So yes, that makes perfect sense. I assumed Hex was changed, but
As maybe before they shake on it, Aurora's going to do a little bit of intimidation on this guy. She doesn't trust that this guy has good intentions, and she thinks maybe he was sent here to fuck some shit up for us. So she's going to grab him like by the collar and like push him up against the stalls in a way that he's like not in a very comfortable position, and say, "Who put you up to this?
what?
Who do you work for?"
What are you talking about? Nobody. Tell her. Tell her to back off. Give me a.
Do you
intimidation check.
understand what it's like to gamble with your soul? Do you understand what it's like to have your soul ripped from you? Do you understand the deal you're about to make? Think very carefully.
Intimidation check.
Can I get advantage?
Yeah,
because
you
of
need some
this?
help with that? I'm standing behind you.
I hella need some help with that. I don't have a very high intimidation.
I think that's fair.
Mine's pretty high.
That's an 18 on my first roll. Can I roll with
Nice.
advantage?
Yeah.
Okay. That's a 6. So I'll
So
stick with the 18. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean he's shaking in his boots. I mean he's like his face scrunches up and you even his eye straightens out for a quick second. He's like, "Oh yeah, of course. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm so confident that it's gonna work."
Okay. She'll let him down and walk away.
He like shakes off his cloak. He's like, "Huh. Trust me. It's gonna work. We're all gonna be rich. Just make sure you bet heavy." He talks to a Hex when he says, "Bet big."
All right, so which horse has got the worst odds?
So it looks like Chicanery and Retribution are in the lead for being the favorites. Chicanery beating Retribution out just by a little bit. So Chicanery is the favorite. Retribution is second, and then the rest of them are all kind of even.
I gotta say, it's a lot nicer traveling with you guys than my last group. There was this bard. Oh man, he was so stuck up and self-righteous. We always had to do the right thing. And there's this little sprite. It's like traveling with a kid, you know? Dealing in souls. That's the right way to do things.
That's right. Oh, that's right. Eroviel was a little intrigued last time about Quentin.
Yeah. She might actually. No, not yet. Never mind. Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. Andrew, you said that Everard would be glad to deliver it, and you have the potion in hand, correct?
Yep. And I'm gonna go invisible. Haha.
Ooh. You're gone. He says, "Follow me."
What
He-
should I give it to? I like a gambit myself.
He calls it out to the invisible area. He's like, "Hey, follow me." He's like, "Everybody, come. You can see and make sure that we put it in the right horse's trough."
Nope, not touching that one.
He's being serious though. He is.
I'll follow.
So do you follow him?
Follow him.
I'm going.
I take Hex's arm and I say, "I don't think we should be associated with this one. Remember, we're not here to win money."
I agree. And while they're doing that, I'd like to maneuver Kolgath and I to a spot where we have a clear view of the box, and so we can kind of keep an eye on reactions to that. I'm thinking like I think it's James Bond, Quantum of Solace, when he's watching the opera from behind the opera and keeping an eye on everyone. That's what I'm thinking.
Okay, so
Before
you're
I
staying
walk away,
in
I'll ask Hex and Kolgath. I'll say, "Watch my back," and I'll watch him.
Can do.
So are Kolgath and Hex going to stay in the stands, not going to go and follow him?
Yeah, we're looking for like a good van. Is there a place, maybe not the stands, but like maybe by the bathroom, or like if we're waiting in line to get, like fried fingers or something like.
They're not chicken fingers, I can tell you that.
Not chicken fingers.
We know there are
I don't
abyssal
know.
chickens. I remember that from Descent to Avernus. There are abyssal chickens.
That's true. There
Sure.
might be abyssal chicken fingers. That's right.
Abyssal chicken nuggets or something. We're like,
Yeah.
hanging out in
Like
some place that gives us a vantage
buffalo
point
nuggets.
to see where the horses are. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so the horses have a stable that's on the outside of the track. That's where he's taking you. So you won't be able to be in the stadium and see the stables, really. So if you wanted to stay in the stands, though, and just kind of like, be present, you could do that while Everard goes with the half-elf.
I would prefer to watch Reveal's back already.
Yeah. I didn't realize it was so far.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so that's fine. Either way, you can all go together. So you head down to the stables, and when you get to the stables, you can see 6 nightmares snorting and pawing at the ground in their respective stalls. Their flaming manes dancing as devil jockeys are tending to the steeds. There are 6 devils. They are barbed devil jockeys, and they're there tending to their horses.
How do we know which one is which?
They all have like a what do they call it? A
Bib?
bridle
Racing bib?
and racing bit and everything. They have it, and they have their names on them. And you can see them even from the outside of the stable. You can see like that they clearly are labeled.
Which one's closest?
Well, as you get a little closer, Andrew, because you're invisible at this point, you get a little closer and you look and you can see. Yeah, I'd say there is an order to it. Let me just make sure I have that correct. Yeah. Okay. Let's go. Let's actually go to the map here. Here we go. And I'm going to actually take off the lighting. We don't need it here. All right. Place your tokens in wherever you'd like to approach this from. You want to come at it from the top or the bottom? Once you see the stable, it's kind of up to you.
Who's leading the way on this one?
I think Everard was, right?
I'll follow wherever it is.
And I think an Orthon is large, correct, Andrew?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, Andrew, you're invisible right now. So I'll place you at the opening because that's where you would be able to see it from, and I'll put a little symbol over to you to let us know that you are invisible. The rest of you can look a bit from the distance, but you can move your tokens if you want, just to get in a spot. Mike, where do you want to be? Do you want to be close to the group or?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I'm not gonna go wander off.
All right, so I'll put you still kind of behind here, to the side.
Considering I now have a new boss.
True. Andrew,
Not yet.
you can see right in front this is Chicanery's stable, First Cavalry, Bar Gambit, Sunshroud, Retribution, and Blinks, and it's like kind of diagonally across each one. I actually could put their names. I think I could put their names up here. Maybe not. Either way, I'll write it out for you in a minute. But Chicanery,
Okay.
First Cavalry, Bar Gambit, Sunshroud, Retribution, Blinks. Okay, that's the 6.
Couldn't you distract the jockey so I can get in there?
Who
Elf?
are you asking to? The half elf?
Yeah. Silus.
I can't.
Ugh. Okay. I'll walk forward. Can I move my token?
Sure. Give me a stealth check with advantage.
I walk over and I punch Silus in the gut and start yelling at him.
Okay. Stealth is dexterity right now.
That is my distraction.
Yeah. You hear some grumblings from inside, and one of the
Oh,
jockeys.
check that out. 22.
Oh, nice. Yeah, they don't hear you. You can move in, so I'll move you in. The jockeys, a couple of jockeys come out and see what's going on
Go
here.
to there.
Yeah. 2 jockeys, Cursed Cavalry and Chicanery, will come out because they're closest. Some of the others go out and just try to see what's going on here. They're not really trying to like go out. They're just maybe looking. But yeah, the 2 from Chicanery and Cursed Cavalry come out, and they say,
Right.
"What are you all doing here? You're not supposed to be by the stables. The race is going to begin soon. Get back to the track."
Well,
This
I'm pa-
boy, did you
I'm
see
past
him?
them already, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna go in here.
Did you see what this guy did? This crazy boy over here. He peed on my foot, the drunken bastard. And I sock him again pretty good in the stomach.
Oh, he like all of this air Just like he exhales heavily. He's sucking in. He's like, can't breathe.
I'm not trying to kill him.
No, you punched him. You knocked the wind out of him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said,
The
now
jockeys say.
I'm gonna have to pee on your foot. A pee on a foot on a pee on a foot.
We'll kill you and pee on both your bodies if you don't get out of here.
I'd like to
I thought
square up
Everard
to
was a
them.
kinky one.
I'd like to now, shove him in the ground and square up to these two guys. I'm sorry. What did you say? And I'd like to try to intimidate them.
Okay, go for it.
Take some time doing it because I want to get in this. Can I get in the stable here while they're doing that?
That's a
You can,
26
yes.
for intimidation.
26 for intimidation, huh? Okay. That's very, very good. The two of them are gonna look at you as you're like an ogre at this point, so you are probably very, very big compared to them. And they look at each other and they say, "Listen, we've got a race to run here. We can't spend any more time with the two of you. But if you don't scram, we're gonna call the pit boss."
While they're doing this, I want to grab the horse's gullet and pour this potion in it.
Oh, okay. Give me an animal handling attempt here.
Animal handle.
Yeah,
What is
Everard
that?
was a.
Is that a dex one?
No,
It's
I think
wisdom.
it's wisdom.
Wisdom.
Wisdom. Oh, okay. Let's see.
Well, actually, Andrew, I don't want to force your hand here. Is your goal to try to get the horse to drink it, or are you trying to like slam this thing down into its gullet?
You forcing the horse to
I
drink
want to. I want to get the horse to drink it. Yeah. I want to like grab it and offer it to the horse.
Okay, go ahead.
I mean, famously,
It's not gonna see anything though because I'm holding the potion.
you can't force a horse to drink.
Well, you can if you're invisible. I think.
That's a good one.
If you're invisible, it might work.
That was
I like
good.
it. I like
That
it.
was good.
You can't You can lead a horse to water. You
Yep.
can't make it drink, but you can ram a potion down his mouth if you're a large demon devil.
Okay, I like it. I like it. A 12 here, huh?
Yeah.
Let me see. So, I think actually, if I'm not mistaken, let me see something here. Yeah, actually, I think actually they are not animals. They're actually sentient creatures.
It's like gonna rat on me, on you. They made me drink something. I kept saying nay, but they didn't listen.
I don't care. I'm doing it anyway.
They have a 10 intelligence.
it.
Oh my God,
Worst ever.
That is
Yeah.
literally more than Kolgath.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's more than Boppy too.
yeah, they have a.
This horse is solving logic puzzles beyond our comprehension. It's playing 4D chess over here.
Yeah, you walk in, he's just trying to do a Sudoku, and he's like, "Oh, another potion, great." Actually, though, the benefit though is they cannot speak. They can understand a whole. They have a slew of languages that they understand, but they cannot speak.
There's something about that makes it like considerably worse to me.
Yeah, yeah. Like that's actually a nightmare in its own right. Like they can hear everything, but they can't speak.
Oh my God, that's why they're called nightmares.
Nightmares. That
From
and the play
where-
on words, but yeah.
From where Kolgath and Hex are standing at the gate, can I see the horses? Or are they kind of like are the stable walls relatively enclosed?
They're relatively enclosed, but I would say you could see part of the horse, maybe the head sticking out, that sort of thing. But these two doors are open, the front two, because these jockeys were inside the stall and came out, so you can see. And actually, the same with the middles as well. But let's just go back to this for a second. So Andrew, wrong of me to tell you animal handling check. They are totally aware of things going on. So when you try to force open one of the mouths, you hear like a whinnying sound and like a, the horse kind of shakes its head and is a little spooked. So what do you want to do?
So I want to grab its head and try and make it drink the potion.
Okay. So give me a strength check. We'll see if you can, out muscle this thing to get it to taste the liquid.
Horses also famously willing creatures.
Oh, only 11.
That's not very good rules.
He got an 8.
Oh my god.
He got an 8. So you
Drink
win,
it
and
down.
yeah. After maybe a quick little struggle, he tastes the liquid and will then eventually consume the rest of it, realizing that it's not, inherently harmful, whatever you're doing, whatever this force is doing to him. He'll drink it. But then after drinking it, like whinnies and kicks, and you can see the fire on his mane start to glow. And, he's going to actually... No, it technically doesn't do him any harm, so he's fine. He's fine. He will not resist anymore. So, but he whinnies and makes some noise, and that's what'll bring the jockey to look back. So the jockeys will start to seek out what's going on here, and he'll start coming back this way. And he looks back. He's kind of, halfway between the other jockey and the stable, and he says, "Scram, we said, scram, get out of here." Everard, are you making your move now?
I'm just going to burst out. I'm still invisible.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to run out really fast.
Okay. They hear some footsteps and everything, and so the other screams and goes, "Get the pit boss! Get these guys out of here!" And they start to walk back to their horses.
Like to, as soon as they say that, be like, let's round up and get out of here.
All right.
I've become visible again.
Andrew, do you remember which horse you gave it to?
First Cavalry.
Which one?
First Cavalry.
First Cavalry.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a name of one of the horses, though.
Cursed Cavalry.
That one, yeah, Cavalry.
Cavalry. All right. He says, Good. I knew you would get it done. The half-elf, he says, and I deserved that. It was definitely deserving. And he looks to Kolgath, holding his stomach.
It wasn't that deserving. I lean down and give him 5 lay on hands.
Okay. He only needs 1. You only. Oh no!
Shit! You're a paladin. There's a paladin in control of the furnace.
He's the general.
Second, conquest paladin.
So, yes. Yeah. Okay. Close. Yeah.
All right.
We take all
So-
kinds down here. We're not discerning.
That was good work by me, was it not?
Everard, that was... Oh, and he's gone. Who did we just lose?
Dasha.
Everard, that was brilliant work.
Thank you.
And everybody, of course, we've mentioned this before. Dasha actually just moved this week. We talked about it on the Strahd game yesterday. So she's got no furniture. She's streaming from her computer, like literally sitting on the floor in an empty room. So we were going to give her a little bit of a excuse here, but I'm sure she'll be joining us back very, very soon. Until then, I'm going to actually move to a different scene. It's an older one, but it has 4 player screens. So we'll do that, even though the names may be wrong. So let's jump to that one, just so that we can all see our faces normally. All right. All right, so we're back to the racetrack. Oh, here she is.
She's back.
Yeah, bring her back in. Here we go. There's Dasha. Hello.
Hello. Sorry. I'm
You're back.
Oh my gosh.
You're back. It's okay.
Why am I?
You fixed it. Oh,
Perfect. There we go.
There we go.
There we go. All right. So now that we've got that fixed, let's jump back to our real scene here. Here we go. You're back at the racetrack, and the same thing happens, except this time a little bit more fanfare. The place is now packed to the gills here. It's every seat is taken. Everybody's here for the premier race. They even make another announcement as more nobles and everybody enters into the area up top, and you can see that there is a noticeable figure standing at the top there, a pit fiend that comes in, waves to everybody, and everybody kind of cheers, and then sits in some sort of like center seat to overlook everything. And the races are about to begin. They announce the runners, the horses. Far Gambit, Chicanery, Blinks, Curse Cavalry, Sunshroud, and Retribution. And their jockeys and everybody parade them in. They get right in lined up.
I'm assuming we placed a bet, right?
Yes, yeah. How much money did you want to place? A large bet or a small bet? What are you thinking, Colgath?
Everything I just won, which I'm going to assume is pretty large, like in the 2,000 range. I'm just
Yeah. Putting it all on which one now?
Chicanery, the guy we cheated with.
No, Curse Cavalry.
Curse Cavalry.
It was Curse Cavalry.
Yeah, because regardless of winning or losing, I feel like that the pit bosses, they like people who lose and bet big both ways. So
Right. Exactly. All right, so we're betting big on Curse Cavalry. And Curse
Right.
Cavalry is not a favorite. So remember Chicanery and what was the other one? Chicanery and Retribution were the favorites. So everybody laughs at your bet when you place it.
I sneak off and bet 322 of my own talents.
Oh, nice. To another
I respect it.
bookie. Nice.
just to make it look a little less suspicious, I'm also going to put 250 down on Chicanery.
Okay. On Chicanery, the favorite. Gotcha.
I don't know. It feels suspicious. Hey, this long shot won. Who's the big spender?
Yeah. I hear you. All right. Well, here we go. The race is off. All the fanfare ends. Everybody's ready, and bang, off goes the races. And it starts off as you would expect. Chicanery taking the lead, followed closely by Retribution. Retribution making strides, only about a half a length across. And then, wait, what's this? It can't be. First Cavalry. And you can see this horse is like, I mean, literally like you cast like Expeditious Retreat on it, something. It's just like, it is plowing forward, passing all the others. Blinks can't even blink his eyes before he sees it pass him. And the rest of them all are way behind in the dust. Retribution now, Chicanery neck and neck, and it goes neck and neck with them before eventually taking off and winning by 2 or 3 full lengths. And it seems like your intuition paid off here. The bookies all look to you afterwards and pay you out a hefty sum.
Yeah.
Before. Oh, sorry. Yeah, go ahead, Tim.
I was just celebrating.
Nice. You won.
Bobby's waiting to see if the horse like now dies immediately.
Say at the end of the race, just spontaneously combust, and that's it.
No, but the rider looks fooled, and he's like speaking to people, and he's like, "Yeah, I don't know what got into him today," and they're just all talking about this horse's performance. It was remarkable. He was pretty much a non-factor, right, coming in.
That poor jockey's gonna get like murdered now. You weren't supposed to win. Don't you remember the deal?
It's not our problem.
And in the success of everything, you look around, and Dash, I know Roviel's been really keeping a keen eye on the elf. Give me a perception check.
Yeah, I would have not taken my eyes off him if possible.
Yeah, no, I agree.
And he turns into the pit boss.
That's only a 9.
Only a 9, yeah. So something happens. Somebody like spills a drink all over you, and you turn around, and the half elf is gone.
Roviel curses under her breath, and Dasha scrolls through to see if she has any features or traits that can help her track him.
You certainly do.
I feel
You
like I
certainly
do.
While
He
you're
doesn't have any money. What?
Yeah, he doesn't want his winnings then, huh?
That's
while
why
you're-
I'm concerned.
While you're
Oh.
thinking about it, though, and thinking about how to best to locate this elf, the bookie will come over to you, Chauncey, and he says, "Hey, Everard, and your friend Shriek, come over here.
Look at all this money we won. Look at it all.
Yeah, listen, you did a good job. You won big. The boss wants to see you."
Excellent.
He says, "Have you ever met Uvashar before?
No?
He's
Not
pretty
at all.
scary. I'm just letting you know. An intimidating fellow. Quiet. Stoic.
I don't care about him.
Is he the kind of guy you don't look in the eyes, or the kind of guy you have to look in the eyes?
You have to look him in the eye. However, you do know when he says the name Uvashar and everything, Hex, I mean, this is how you have to get favor from each pitmaster. So
Yeah.
if he gives you favor, that would be one step to getting into Dragon's Pride. So the
So we
group
have to
is
go meet with him then.
you're invited into the box. Some devils, barb devils, will bring you up to that box, and you can see there's a whole retinue of devilish creatures. But the one standing at the center of this room, mingling with the group, is a Rakshasa. And I'm going to share the artwork with you here. All right, here we go. You can see he's a like white tiger, Rakshasa. He's dressed in fine clothes. He's got jewelry and gems everywhere. Clearly, a lot of items on him. These would probably be magical items of some sort. He probably has artifacts, untold artifacts as well. And he looks at you and he says in like a deep, gruff voice, he says, "Who are these people?" And one of the devils says, "These are the ones, boss, you called up. It's my friend, Everard." And Everard, you step forward.
I raise my hand.
"I hear you and your friend bet big."
Bet big and we won big.
"Yes, exactly. How exactly did you win?"
The exact way I did the first time. I picked the horse with the biggest number and the worst odds, and I expect her to come through. Two races in a row, I did the same thing. Man, I really lost that accent tonight.
No, it's good. Give me an insight check.
Bob,
I'll
I
also
have
accept-
nothing to track that dude except for Hunter's Mark, which I needed to have cast on him. So
Gotcha.
I don't think there's anything I can do.
Gotcha.
23 insight.
23. You notice that it looks like he has a scar or wound affecting his right eye. It looks as though it doesn't quite look straight at you.
Same lazy eye. That's my guess.
Yep.
Yep.
That's what your insight would tell you. He
And
says
I
to
tell
you,
him-
he says to you,
Can I- oh, okay.
he's going to say one thing before you do it. He says, he goes over to a table that's nearby, takes like a charcuterie board that's got meats that you probably do not want to eat from, and he lifts up the meat to his mouth and like scarfs it down, and he says to you, "I need you to tell me the truth. How did you win? It couldn't have been intuition."
Does he have any urine on his foot?
No.
Oh god, you guys are beating up a fucking Rashad. God, it's brutal.
Perhaps if you gave us your favor, we could discuss more.
Well, I think your favor is worth, I don't know, what, 30% of my winnings? That seems to be about the favor we're here to discuss, is it not?
Give
And
me
I
a
make
persuasion
sure I
check.
Tons of eye contact when I'm saying that.
Persuasion check.
A lot of winks. 30% of our winnings.
Oh god, the worst roll. 16.
A 16. That's not bad, actually. He says, "Well, a favor is what you need. A favor I could provide." And he looks over to Hex and he says, "Anything for the ruler of Avernus." And he bows.
See right through you, huh? Interesting.
Probably has true sight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
And he says, "Or perhaps in this form." And he transforms himself, much smaller creature, the half-elf with the lazy eye that you saw before. He says, "I like the cut of your jib. mimicking Hex's words from before. He says, "You see, I like that you are willing to go the distance to earn your prize. Well done. Well done." He says, "We've never met before, but it's an honor to have you here at the Alabaster track. Take this." And he waves his hand, and you can see on your cloak forms almost like a puzzle piece of dragon scale. And this one is white. And it looks like it connects to others. And as you connect all the pieces, you'll gain VIP access.
Dun 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 dun.
Like not quite bow, but politely a polite like half genuflect. Like I appreciate your candor and your favor. And if you're ever looking for alternative employment, you know where to find me.
And next time you come into the tracks, no need to hide. He nods his head at you. You're welcome in the box anytime.
Next time there won't be any need for any foul play either, I promise.
He smiles and he'll take more from the charcuterie board in turn and dismisses you.
He doesn't want
You
his
may
30%. I kind of want to leave it on the table.
You could. He does not care for the money.
I guess neither do I, right, at this point.
All right, so you leave the Alabaster racetrack, and Lemon will zip over to you. She's got like a flavored drink, a tropical drink with an umbrella in it. The umbrella, of course, has infernal symbols on it, but she's drinking from it. And she goes, "Oh, Boppy, did you get your little prize? Oh, look at that. There it is."
What are you drinking? What is that?
I think he said it was a pina colada, but there's some other ingredient here I can't quite place. You want to try it?
No, not if you're the one who got it. I'm good.
It's something to do with blood. I can't remember, but...
I thought he was just trying to roofie you.
Oh. No need.
That's fair.
God.
Jeez.
They should call them Flories. You end up on the floor.
It is an upside down name.
That's a good point, though. I'm thinking. I mean, these are all devils. They all hate each other, even if they're working together, right? How many of them want to be working for you instead? Probably a fair amount, I'd imagine.
Good point.
I'm sure we're going to find out.
Yep.
Where are we going
All
next?
Should we go in order? You want to do the Cerulean Hall? We'll just keep moving. Don't have to walk very far.
Yeah, we could do that. Yeah.
Makes sense.
Okay. So we take a
We
hop,
won't
skip, and a
forget
jump.
where we've been.
Yeah,
We've
that's
done.
actually true. So if you want, we could draw on this. We could just say, this
Alright,
one's
I got
checked
it.
off, right? Got that one. Check. The Viridian
The
Den is
Viridian
not.
Den, yeah.
It's not part of it, but either way. All right, so we head over to the Cerulean Hall. So when you get to the hall, you can see this is actually. Let's see. Yeah, here it is. This one's interesting because it doesn't look as much like a casino as it does maybe like a game room or a library or something like that. It's definitely different vibe than the racetrack. Blue crystal pillars reach toward the gaming hall's ceiling. All is quiet in the hall except for the clinking of some coins and shuffling of cards and the moving of pieces on game boards. But other than that, it's pretty serious in here. Walking between the tables is a lean, blue-scaled devil with dragon wings. And Mike, you would know this is Nissa Otelion. Nissa is the pitmaster here. She's overseeing a game of what looks like dragon chess. Or maybe it's some sort of a tournament. There are a
This
lot
is
of
the
participants.
nerd chamber. I remember this place.
And when you say that, she
They-
looks over to you. She's like, shh. Puts a finger to her lips.
Yeah, you gotta be quiet down here. They don't like it when you interrupt them. They're always thinking with their brains and stuff. Ugh.
If they were truly smart, they would not be distracted by something as simple as speech.
I guess so. Listen, That's her, Nissa. I don't know. She's the one that's shushing us. So take that for whatever you want it to mean.
Well, should we just go and ask her for a favor?
I don't think it'll be that simple.
It seems like a starting point, though.
Okay.
Any of
approach.
you guys like brainy or anything like that? 'Cause
Yeah,
I know
pretty-
I'm not.
I'm pretty sure Kolgath thinks you're supposed to eat the pieces in chess, and whoever eats the most wins. So this is not for me.
You know what's funny is I've put these groups together and I've noticed like they don't make the perfect parties because we have people from different areas, and like it seems like it happens a lot where we'll have one group that's like all wizards or like all magic users, and then sometimes zero intelligence people, and I think this is one where we had zero intelligence like
Yep.
builds. Yeah.
Yeah.
All of my social stats and mental all negative. Every single one.
My social is great. My intelligence is trash, but I can fake it till I make it. So we're good.
I have intelligence, but
Thank
Wow.
God for Everard.
Are we sure strength doesn't win in chess? No.
Say
ever
you can't win if there's no board to win on, right?
Yeah. You ever see chess
Take my-
boxing? You ever see that? Chess boxing?
No, but
That's
I'm
a thing.
I'm
That sounds
intrigued.
great.
I mean, yeah, I'm also. My interest is peaked.
Wait,
It
okay,
is.
so let's cancel the stream right now.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry everyone. We have a new hobby.
chess boxing.
It is. If you Google it, there's actually some pretty, like, I would say, like, moderately high level chess players, you know, chess streamers especially, that have done it. It's sort of like an event when they do it. And it's you play like for 5 minutes on the clock and then 5 minutes in the ring, and you go back and forth, and try to, if you win at any point, you win. So it's wild.
So
Check it out.
Mike Tyson would be the best chess boxer of all time. He wouldn't have to play chess at all.
No, because he's gonna lose the chess match. Like within that time, he will lose that chess match.
Oh,
100%.
it depends how long he gets to take his moves.
Yeah, how long? What's on the clock? Okay,
Just sit there for 5 minutes.
Yeah, actually, we'd have to look.
I'm sure
into
they
that.
have a rule against
Yeah.
that. There's no
Yeah.
way.
Yeah, but
They probably
yeah,
have
anyway,
a time. You have like 30 seconds or something.
something like that. They don't have that at the Cerulean Hall though. That is not a part of. This is a very proper gaming room. So you want to approach Nissa?
Yeah.
So listen, you just got to be careful. Some of the people in here, they stink. They don't shower. It gets stuffy in here. Try to avoid it.
The gamer funk is real.
I'll keep that in mind as unless anyone else wants to approach this, I'm happy to. I feel like I've been letting everyone else do the work on this one. I'm happy to jump on a bullet at some point.
Yeah, the gamer
Yeah.
funk is real. You head
Andrew's
through the.
our intelligence character too.
It might have to be Everard again to save
Andrew,
this
you're
group.
just well rounded.
Some of these guys, they carry around like wineskins because they don't want to leave to go to the restroom. So
So don't drink from a wineskin. That's what you're telling me. It's not wine.
Well, rocks glass only kind of guy.
You approach. You approach the blue dragon devil, and Nissa looks to you. And I have artwork for her too. Actually, I should show you this. I think there's artwork for all the bosses. So let me show you hers. This is not good. I'm gonna show you the one, this one right here. So here we go. So you met Snake Eyes already. That's the green one with the cards in his hand. He's the green Abishai. She's the blue Abishai, so you can see she's definitely more, brains than brawn. And the one in the center here, Boppy, you know all three of these people. He's the one that runs the gladiator arena. So he's definitely the one that's more. His name is Kai Karath. He's the Scarlet Coliseum's pit master. So I'll leave these up for now so you can get a visual of them. But Nissa, as you approach, she looks like peeved. She's looking at you and she says, "Don't you know that we're in the middle of a game?" She's looking, you see all around, there's people playing dragon chess and they're all distracted by you. "Who are you? What do you need?"
So sorry to bother you. I didn't mean to step on any toes when I came in here. We just came in looking to speak to the pit boss. We're hoping to gain your favor.
Oh, this bothers her because she's the pit boss and that you don't know her. She feels a little muffed here and she's like, "Hey, I'm the pit boss. Nissa Otelian. Who are you?
I will bow deeply and say, of course you are. That's why I approached you first. I wouldn't mistake any other simpletons for someone of any real gravitas down here. My name is Augustine. Pleasure to
Well,
meet you.
Augustine, what do you want? Keep your tone down.
I was hoping to ask you the same thing. What can we do to earn your favor?
Favor? She looks at your cloak. You could see you already have the white dragon scale. And she says, "Oh, looking to go to Dragon's Pride, huh? Well, marching in here, talking loudly, not the way to get my scale."
Sincerest apologies.
She says, "Look at the lot of you. Don't you belong in the Viridian Den?" She looks at Boppy.
I'm on break.
Didn't know you to be a dragon chess player.
Oh, me? Oh, no. I just like to watch. I'm not even sure how this game works.
Which one of you plays? Everard, do
can
you want
play.
to? Yep. Everard, by chance, does anyone here actually have proficiency with the gaming set? Because that's like one of the rarest used proficiencies, I think, in D&D.
Not me.
No?
Nope.
No.
Okay.
Nope. I got cards and banjo.
Oh, the cards would have been so good.
I have
Dang.
dice.
It's not a dice game.
Navigator's tools.
So she says, "Fine. You then. What's your name?"
I am Everard.
Everard.
This guy gambles a lot. He knows all the games, huh?
Yeah.
We turned into the closest person.
I have nothing
And
else
then-
to do with my life.
Yeah.
Oh.
How about this? Any of you beat me in a game, you'll get my dragon scale.
Oh, man, this ain't gonna go good. I'm dead.
Did we not get the green one too, or no?
You don't need the green one.
You'll need it
I guess
before,
in
I think.
theory we could just give it to you, but yeah. You don't need it. Because the
I
jig
imagined it
up.
was more like you get the other ones and I'll give you mine.
Yeah,
Mm.
probably.
Okay,
Yes.
okay.
Mhm. Yeah, because the jig was up in the other one. They all know that you were Hex, so.
Yeah.
So she says, "But if you lose, I want something in return."
Well, we have plenty of talons. You want some of those? In fact, we could just skip all this, give you some talons. You could give us your
Talons.
favor.
Talents are not worth anything for me.
Hmm.
How about soul coins?
Well, how many would it take for your favor?
One of yours.
I reach
you
into
tell
my
me, like,
bag of soul coins and I'm like, one soul coin?
No. One of yours. And she points to like the 5 of you. She waves her finger at all of you.
I'll put my hands up and say, I have none left to give.
Really? And she goes over and inspects you, sniffs you. Well, isn't that unfortunate? What about the rest of you? You want to get into
Mine
Dragon's
is-
Pride so bad.
I think mine's already promised in that other contract we signed.
Yeah, mine is promised to someone a lot stronger and more impactful than your highness. You do not want to make enemies with where my coin belongs.
She looks over to Everard. What about you, big boy?
I don't have a soul, right?
What did we decide last time? No?
You said I
You
don't.
said
'cause
no,
I'm a
yeah.
devil.
Then no. Yeah. Then no.
Then I'll agree. I'll say perfectly fine. I don't care.
Okay. Ooh, little sneaky here. I like it.
Hmm
All right. Give me a deception check.
Well, it's Tuna. He doesn't care. It's deception, intelligence, right? Yeah.
Intelligence.
Charisma.
Charisma.
Or charisma, yeah.
Seven.
A 7.
Ugh.
She says, "You can't fool me. You orphan, you probably lost your soul." She says, well, if there's no souls to go around here, she says, what about you, to Hex?
Suppose I'd be willing to make a deal. My soul is partially spoken for, but there's plenty of me to go around.
Plenty of me to go. Fair enough. All right, so you sit down to the chessboard. She gets, like, snaps her fingers, and attendants, other devils, come over and bring a board. And this board is much more beautiful than the others. The pieces are made of human bone, and the board itself is made of flesh, and it's just darker tones and lighter tones fitting the checkered pattern. And she says, please have a seat.
Man, you guys need new designers. This place is getting... Everything's the same down here. It's got to be flesh or the bone or something. Where did this even come from?
She says, now. She says, now, let us play. And here's how the game works, basically. I mean, obviously, it's like chess, so we're not going to play a chess game here. But the way it works here in this is that's basically what you're going to do is you're going to make a intelligence check. If you have the gaming proficiency, you'd be able to add that. It's kind of like it's like opposed checks here to see if you can win or not. If you have any abilities that you think would factor in here, give you some bonuses or buffs or something like that, or maybe on the fringe even applicable to a game like chess, then you can tell me. If you have any spells or things you want to cast, you'd have to be careful because technically that would be like cheating, right? So, but it's up to you. However you want to play this. She sits down and she looks right at you, waiting for the first move.
So, I just have +2 intelligence and nothing else useful.
Okay, so +2 intelligence, but anything. I mean, it doesn't have to be like on your sheet. You know, if there's something that you think would make him better, there are some bonuses and things like that that you can get.
Oh, okay.
Like if there's something, and as the game even goes on, right? Like you can see the board, see the situation. You know. All right, so we start. So start off with the intelligence check.
When you guys start playing, and throughout the game, Boppy is going to keep asking her questions. Be like, all right, what does this piece do?
Like distracting
So
her.
when you says it can move like a L, what does the L look like? I don't really know my alphabet, pal.
Let's see how she responds to this. But first, let's go with the rolls. Everard, what'd you get?
Oh, just a straight up intelligence, right?
Mm-hmm. Very, very good.
18.
Very, very good. So she'll start to play. You make a first few moves and everything like that. And yeah, Boppy, you start asking about like the pieces and how they move and stuff like that. And she says, "Fool, stick to your card games. This is too advanced for someone of your status."
I'm just trying to learn. Was there something wrong with trying to get educated in something? You know, I've heard that's a admirable quality. You know.
She says, "With someone with as big of ears as you have, you'd think you'd have a good chance of listening to what people say." And it's bothering her what you're doing. She's trying to play and focus. Give me
I'm trying to listen. Nobody's telling me nothing.
Give me what do you think? Performance, or are you trying to intimidate
I'll
her?
do performance. Yes, performance. Yeah. That I'm actually trained in. It's still not great, but
yeah, but still something.
9.
A 9. You didn't get to her yet. She seems, like I said, pretty still focused on the game. It's early though. So, Everard, you got an 18, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Even with the 18, she's outplaying you. I mean, you've played the game maybe a couple times as when you were younger, or maybe in your mortal life, and not really your game of choice here at the casino, but you know the rules, and
I've played it at the casino.
Oh, you have?
I've been here.
Okay.
I've been here a lot.
Wow. Okay. Good. Excellent. So you played it before, but she's the best player you've ever come against here, without a doubt. Now I'd like you to give me a. Yeah, you can give me another intelligence check. That's good actually. You can give me another intelligence check.
Bob, I got a question for you too. I know that My nemesis down here was like, no funny business. But if I was to telepathically speak to Everard, would that count as funny business?
I can speak telepathically.
It's up to you. I mean, no funny business means like you have to get the scales without being like your hex, right? So it's weird if you walk
Oh
in
yeah,
here.
you know, I mean,
So
like
they
certainly.
want it to be, can you earn their scales without like using your influence?
Sure. Okay, then I
Yeah.
would just like to lean over Everard's shoulder and just telepathically, if I see an opening or a move, just let him know and point it out as subtly as possible.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. Give me a intelligence check as well, and if you can get at least, we'll say a 15, that'll give him advantage on the next check. And you could do this for each round,
Okay.
since you can telepathically communicate.
Yeah. Wow. Not starting off strong. I'm also dumb.
That's fine. Still a 13, whatever. It's you might get it soon. Right now, you're looking, and the board is still fresh, hard for you to analyze. So she's doing that. Eroviel, what are you doing during this whole thing? And Colgath will come to you afterwards.
So her intelligence is not great either. I think she's keeping an eye on the room, keeping an eye on the surroundings, and just like incredulous that Hex just gambled his soul.
Mm. Give me
So-
in either a perception check or insight check, whatever you think would be appropriate for how you're kind of monitoring.
Probably insight. 25.
Okay, so you're looking around, and yeah, occasionally you look at the board, but like it's basically nonsense to you. You don't know how to really play.
Mhm.
But you look at Nissa, and she's doing something really weird. Like in between moves, when Boppy's distracting her and everything, it's one thing. But when it's her turn to move, as soon as he's done, she almost goes immediately, and it's strange. It's almost as if she kind of anticipated his move more than even like just more than just being good and anticipating what he's going to do. Almost like she knew his move.
This bitch is doing divination magic.
Can I catch Hex's eye?
You can, yeah.
Sure can.
I'll I mean I can't speak telepathically to you, but I'll catch your eye, look at her, look at you, and then shake my head a little bit.
I get the vibe.
What do you do?
I would like to similarly to watch Nissa and see if I can pick up on the cue that Eroviel is giving.
Gotcha. And actually, Rovia, one of the other things too is she's doing is while she's looking at the board and while Boppy's distracting her and everything, she does seem to like grab for this medallion around her neck. That's kind of what she's been touching at as she's playing. So Hex,
Then
what did you?
when I make eye contact with Hex, I'll also kind of like look at her, look at him, shake my head, and then like look like she's like scratching an itch or something, or like rubbing her neck, maybe like
Mhm.
she's tired, but make a motion to that area.
Everard, give me a wisdom saving throw.
Add +1 to it.
Nice.
20.
Good, excellent.
One.
And yeah, as you're playing, and give me one more actually for the second round too. Nice. Yeah, Everard, you're so focused on the game. Everything seems to
23.
be going well. She's just getting the best of you. But she is certainly, she is certainly good, a formidable opponent. Now we go to the next round. Everard, give me another check, and Boppy, give me another performance to see if you can distract her. What do you say to kind of throw her off her game right now?
Sorry, it's actually +2, but yeah.
Boppy's doing a little different strategy here. Boppy takes his flask out and takes a swig and just like belches incredibly loud.
Nice. Give me that performance.
Oh my god, 11. I'm not rolling good today.
It's a little weak of a burp here.
Yeah, he's trying. He's trying.
Yeah. Here, try this. This'll be better. And she hands you her pina colada.
Yeah, Boppy takes his drink.
tastes awful. It tastes like you're drinking like blood. You could taste the iron in it.
Oh, you like this?
She says, "I told you to be quiet. Out of the hall." She commands you. What do you do?
All right, all right. I'll back up a little bit, but doesn't actually leave.
Yeah, exactly. You just kind of like get back a little bit, blend in with the crowd. Yeah. Now a crowd is gathered, actually. A lot of the people who are done with their games want to see this happen. So, what'd you get, Everard?
4.
A 4. Very low. She's going to beat you easily, actually. She keeps moving pieces. She's getting the upper hand. You are, at this point, she's trying to maybe even checkmate you.
And
And
do
we're
I
just a bunch
notice?
of freaking idiots.
Can I look at her and notice myself that she's touching the medallion?
If you want to give me an insight check, you can, but I'm going to give you disadvantage because you're focused on the game.
Okay. I just rolled it twice. 12.
12. 12's not going to cut it. But yeah, you're focused on the game, and she does seem to be well. So you're doing well, and she's a strong opponent. So I don't think you doubt this. But Eroviel, you see it as well, and now that Hex has been pointed out, you see it too. Kolgath, what are you doing during this whole thing?
Definitely
John, are
looking
you-
to make sure
Oh.
like who's in the crowd, who's if there's any enemies. I'm certainly not going to pick up on what you guys are talking about unless one of them wants to tell me. But I'm also thinking I'm like also trying to distract her. So like maybe crop dusting a little bit.
Oh my god.
He's burping, you're farting.
Barton. Like let's make it uncomfortable for this like uppity
Yeah.
person that I'm loathing
Okay.
from day
Give me
one.
another performance check as well, then.
It's performance
then-
to fart. Okay.
Hex, what are you doing as you see her now touching the medallion, playing the game, trying to focus on it, ignoring the rest of the crowd? What do you do?
I'd like to cast Hex on her as it's technically the spell mechanically it's a bonus action and it doesn't need to hit. It would normally add damage, but it also
So just clear, you're not doing this in any sort of covert way, though. Like this would be, she would know that you've hexed her.
see, I defer to you on that because it says you place a curse on a creature that you can see within range, and there's verbal, semantic, material components, and normally it would do more damage if I attack, but in this case it just casts disadvantage on ability checks. So what do you
So
think?
you'd have to you'd be like waving your hand or some sort of motion. You'd be speaking and using material components. I don't think that right here you could possibly do that.
All right, would a cantrip with just verbal components be more reasonable?
Sure. What would you do?
Mind Sliver?
That's an attack, though.
You're right. I'm running thin on options here.
I will see Hex pondering, like grasping at straws.
Yeah.
He's like,
I
ready
will.
to-
I'll walk up behind her. Like I see this crowd is gathering. I will join that crowd. I'll walk up right behind her and kind of like lean in close to see what she's doing on the board, I guess. And I'll put like an arm around her shoulder. But then I'll whisper in her ear, I know the Lord of this land gives you people here in the casino lots of free reign, but I don't know how happy he would be to hear that the pitmasters are cheating. I'll say that very quietly, so only she can hear.
Yes, she sits up straight, looks at you, and she says, "What are you getting at?"
Beautiful piece of jewelry you've got there. Was it gifted to you by Lord Hex, or maybe the one above him? Or was it Windfall?
She says, "It's a family heirloom, nothing else."
Family of cheaters, I see. I don't know how happy your higher-ups would be to hear that.
As the conversation gets louder, people in the crowd start talking. Her whispers, "Cheating." Some devils are like, "Cheating, cheating."
Yeah.
And she's like, "What? Fine." She stands up, slams her hands on the board. She takes her necklace off. She rips it off. She says, I don't need this to beat him. And she puts it in her pocket and she sits back down at the board. Everard, you ready for another round?
Well, I said this is not fair. We should start again. Cheat.
Can I demoralize her as she throws the necklace away or puts it away? I'll say, not just a cheater, a bad cheater who got caught. And then I'll walk away.
Oh, nice. Fine. She resets the board and she says, this time on a fair playing field. And she sets the first move. Give me an intelligence check. I'll give her disadvantage for her shame. Go ahead. You-
19.
You beat
There
her.
we go.
You beat her, so she is losing the opening here. We go to the second round. Go ahead, Everard. I'm going to give you advantage on this one because as you now see that you have some of the lead here, she's clearly, like, as she's getting worse, you're getting better. Go ahead.
That's just as well because I got a nat 1 on my first roll, so 12.
Well, she rolled a 4, so you beat her with the 12. Luckily there. You're striking distance of a checkmate. Go ahead, one more round here. And she rolls a 3.
You see, I learnt from Tim the Not Hard, I say as I roll. Do I get it?
Yes! A 20!
It was not hard.
Woohoo!
But he was intelligent.
And you knock over the dragon, the queen piece, and she gets angry. But honestly, actually, after she loses, it looks like she maybe is about to blast you with electricity breath. But she extends a hand out and she says, "A good game, fair and square."
Fair
shake
and
a hand.
square. I'm going to say behind Everard, and I'm just itching to curse her, but Hex suffers from when you're a hammer, everything looks like a nail syndrome.
So she extends a hand and she says, "Well, I guess this belongs to you." She waves her hand and another pin appears on your cloak. You have the blue scale in addition. She says, "If you're looking to get to the lounge, I'd head to the Coliseum soon. They're about to have their oh damn, I messed this up. What's the name of it? Their Pitmasters Challenge starts soon."
If you're ever looking to use that jewelry for something more than games, I hear the Lord of Avernus is always looking for helpful hands.
Hex is just on a recruiting mission.
Yeah.
Oh, always, always. Tim is recruiting orphans, Hex is recruiting souls.
Are you are you looking to in a way give a wink to your Hex?
Yeah, why not? Everyone already knows I'm down here, why not?
You already have her scale, so I guess it
Yeah,
doesn't-
yeah, why not?
And she kind of catches your drift and she says, "My lord," and whispers it to you.
Until next time.
And as you walk out of the Cerulean Hall, you can hear the chants coming from the Scarlet Coliseum. And we're going to pause it here, and we will meet you all back one more week for episode 3 of Chapter 8. Great games tonight, everybody. Nice work in the racetrack. Nice work in the Nerd Hall. Great job. By the way, one funny little thing that I wanted to bring, I didn't want to mess up the flow of the conversation. Mike brought up the smell. Obviously, I've been to many Warhammer tournaments in the past, and Gamer Funk is legitimately a real thing.
That's what I was going for, man. I know what these places are like.
What do you do with that information? What do we make of that?
Back
It's
in I was gonna, maybe Andrew even knows the story, but back in 2010, the Nova Open and our tournament, Nova Open is one of the bigger tournaments in Warhammer, and our tournament, Battle for Salvation, we're kind of starting up at the same time. We collaborated a lot with those guys. But one of the owner of the Nova Open wanted to put, and he did, put deodorant in everybody's entry bag. So
I love it.
That's amazing.
That's funny.
because
That's a good one.
it's throughout the game. It smells. It smells. So
I mean,
Anyway.
measuring things is really taxing. That ruler is really heavy. And
listen,
you got to get really close and make sure four
Listen.
microns off.
what if you ever want to play Warhammer, John, and you play
Yeah.
in a tournament that's 7 rounds, 3.5 hours a round, and you have to stand for that long throughout the weekend, you are dying at the end. It feels like you just walked like 10 miles. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So
And your brain has
um,
melted as well.
I'm
Yeah.
sweating sitting in a chair playing D&D in front of a computer, so I can imagine.
Well, we'll leave it on that note. We're here sweaty and smelly. We will see you all on the tabletop. Have a good night, everybody.
Good night.
Night.
Night, y'all.